Blaine Wilson still in first after 3 rotations in the all-around. It's been an incredible week for the American men following a strong showing in the team final. Bart takes a look back for us.
Only the best 6 teams qualified to compete in the final round. It would be a battle to determine the finest overall men's program in the world. China had won the last 2 world championships, but it was Russia that reigned as the Olympic champions, led by Alexei Bondarenko. It was evident from the first round of competition that the Chinese were determined to set the pace, performing the most difficult elements with near perfect technical execution. Then the highest score of the day came from this vault, a handspring double front, 9.8. The Chinese were dominating right from the first round. It was a different story for the Russians. After a weak start on the parallel bars, it was up to 19-year-old Alexei Bondarenko, the new sensation from Russia, and he fell. Then it was the turn of Alexei Bondarenko, 6-time medal winner in Atlanta, clearly not in top form. For the United States on pommel horse, John Roethlisberger, at 27 years old, several-time national champion, was the emotional leader as he powered through this pommel horse routine. Off to a terrific start on the pommel horse, the U.S. went to rings, and it was Blaine Wilson. And with this dismount, he punctuated the intensity and the focus of this U.S. team. Perhaps they had something more to prove today after a heartbreaking 5th place finish out of the medals in Atlanta. Could they win a medal? So the standings after 2 rotations: China dominating, U.S. in 4th, and Russia a surprising 6th place. It was on the high bar last year in Atlanta that the Chinese team collapsed, but here it was a completely different story. They executed the most daring moves perfectly. The Japanese men also experienced a disappointment at the Olympics in Atlanta, placing 10th in the team competition. Here, Naoya Sukahara, the son of the legendary champion Mitsuo Sukahara, who helped the Japanese men dominate gymnastics for 20 years, led the team. After the retirement of Vitaly Sherba, the most accomplished gymnast of all time, it was up to Ivankov. Could he pick up the reins and lead the Belarus team to a medal? They were 4th in Atlanta. Frustration. Head coach Leonid Arkayev, who masterminded the gold medal victory a year ago for the Russian men, he knew they were in trouble, as did star Alexei Bondarenko, and yet their best events were yet to come. John Roethlisberger delivered a clutch performance. After a fall by Jason Gatson, McCready, Wilson, and Roethlisberger kept their hopes alive for a medal. There was one event to go, and the Americans knew it wasn't their best. So the standings after 5 rotations, the Chinese continued to dominate, 4 teams with a shot at the final 2 medals. Head coach Peter Corman believed the Americans still had a chance. Young 17-year-old Jason Gatson delivered a strong and powerful floor exercise routine. He was solid. Then Alexei Bondarenko delivered this vault and capped off an outstanding team performance for Russia, averaging 9.6 per man. This meet was long from over. Then American Blaine Wilson, with his gritty toughness, fought, not allowing a major mistake. He was determined to keep the Americans' hopes alive. Belarus took to one of their best events. Ivankov powered through this routine with complex combinations and excellent technique. The finest gymnasts in the world had thrown their best at the Americans. Jay Thornton was the final performer for the U.S. on the floor, punctuating a team effort, perhaps the best in 13 years for the United States men. This effort was more than about medals, it was about pride. Japan, on their final event, had their last shot at changing the medal standings. They gave it their best, but They came up short, 39 1/1000ths of a point out of the medals. So China captured gold, Belarus the silver. Russia climbed from 6th to 3rd to earn the bronze. And for the United States, a terrific day. It was John Roethlisberger who said it all for the U.S. team.
We're not doormats anymore!
Well, Blaine Wilson certainly isn't a doormat here in the all-around final. He's shocking a lot of people by being in first place after 3 rotations. Here he is on the high bar.
This is truly amazing. He started off on 3 of his best events. He's going to try to keep the momentum going here. Oh, yeah. He has some very cleverly designed routines. He and his coach, Peter Corman. Oh, no!
It's going so well.
Similar thing happened in the team competition, and he just barely hung on with one arm.
That's too bad.
Oh, that's a shame. Few people expected him to have a shot at a medal. We were hoping perhaps for a top 10 finish for an American here. Oh, that's a shame.
Seems like though he's gathered his composure.
Oh, a big step on the landing. Very disappointing, but someone needs to remind him to stick to his game plan. This meet is not over.
Let's take a look at this. This is a reverse hack over the bar. He's supposed to catch with 2 hands. Now he's going past, so he reaches just with one, hoping that perhaps like in the team competition, he might be able to make it with just 1 hand. But wow, what a shock.
Yeah, you can see his disappointment right there at his fingertips. 8-8-5.
He's so aggressive. That's what he knows as a gymnast, is to be aggressive, but it didn't work that time.
Bondarenko of Russia hoping to move back up in the standings with a strong floor exercise.
He should, because he is world class on this event. Watch these first 2 tumbling passes. First of all, the technique is very, very precise. Double twisting, double back somersault. And this tumbling pass here, whip 1.5 to a front 1.5, earns him 5/10 more bonus.
Beautiful flare. Now watch how high up he stays off the floor on these Russian moors. Incredible.
You talked about Alexei Nemov having the full package. Well, this is the next generation of full package gymnasts from Russia. He has the style and all the difficulty that he could need to score big. Look at this. What power.
And he's just 19 years old. Ivankov, even after his troubles on the pommel horse, finds himself in 7th place after 3 rotations.
He was a former world medalist on the still ring, so this is one of his best events. Only a 9-1 on pommel horse before this. He's only about 0.362 behind what he scored the other day when he hit his routine. So with all the weird things that are happening at this meet, he's not totally out of the running yet. Nice positions.
His strength positions are just perfect.
He's so well known for his clean positions. Look at the control of the rings. Perfect body line. Locked out arms. That's so impressive and so difficult to do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can see why he's going to be in the ring finals as well.
Now take a look at this strength sequence. From an inverted cross, he's going to swing and do a second inverted cross, and he has to freeze it in that position to earn bonus points. Well done.
Good enough for 9-6-2-5. And with that performance, Ivankov moves into first place after 4 rotations, followed by Bondarenko of Russia. And Blaine Wilson of the U.S., even with the miss on the high bar, is in third. Back with more right after this.